So on the screen, you would press play, and it would have like the thing around the edge where it says play, and that, and they would have titles like Michael's first swimming lesson, or
Matt's first birthday,
a day at Taronga Zoo, and then one of them was called Party Time, and I went, what is this? What is Party Time? Now you got to keep in mind, and like, good on my parents, right?
Does anyone have cyanide?
Speaking of sexual offenders. Not every time. I've just shit myself. Bada bing, bada boom. It's time for Mentally Illegal episode 8.
8?
Featuring Sienna Imskarabo.
What's 4 plus 4?
And Matt Ellie, get the fuck out of it, you fucking social terrorist.
She licked me inside my ear.
Fuck was that about, you fucking dingus?
So Matt, you may
Disrespect.
you may be wondering, Sienna, I saw you 5 minutes ago. Why are you in a different outfit? And Matthew, I'll tell you why.
What happened?
Because I was
What happened?
I was hosing down the Eleanor
What is she
off
doing?
the bench.
Smooth transition.
And so you may be wondering, Sienna, you had a quick costume change. And that's because I was hosing down where the fake grass was.
Yeah.
And I had the hose on quite high.
Yeah.
And it started to leak a little bit. So I was looking down the barrel of the hose and the hose popped off. And I was like, and it sprayed me so hard in the face, like a full bore jet in the face, like looking down the barrel of a
Oh, you
shotgun.
idiot.
Yeah. And I was like, why isn't it going? And then boom. So I've had to put on some extra makeup, and because my whole face was just dripping.
very funny.
Yeah. So my shirt's okay because my cardigan took the brunt, but my pants are
I didn't even
in the
notice you had
wash.
different pants on.
great.
Yep. That's how little I fucking pay attention to anything. You like came over, I was like, same Sienna, same income, same super contribution.
Yeah.
Don't be fooled by Sienna's high energy, everybody. We're dead inside.
Yeah.
It's a long day, and then we just had to go.
I've been in a waking nightmare for like 2 days.
Have you not been sleeping well? I've been sleeping like dog shit, like pure dog shit.
I've had like, do I call 000 heartburn or do I?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I've really rubbed off on you. I've got a mic stand today, everybody.
He wishes.
Rub off on them fat jugs.
He said to me, I was late to catch a ride with you this afternoon. He's like, all I was doing is watching your tits jump.
I got to cut that out because I don't want these comments to continue.
Okay.
So
Someone was telling me the other day, they're like,
it's because you walked. It's because
come on.
you ran
Keep
up.
it in.
You ran up around the side of the car, and I was late, by the way. Like we had to go somewhere. We had to
pick up something.
We had to go pick up something and then get somewhere for Sienna's appointment. But we were both going the same direction.
I was stuck in traffic.
So we were like, we'll just go together. And so you were like, I'll be here at this time, and I was in the car because I was sitting in the driveway waiting because you needed to get straight from your car into my car so we could go. And I waited for a while, and then I was like, "Come on, Sienna!" I was getting mad.
I was like, I'm at the lights. You're like, you're a fucking joke.
And then you ran out of your car, ran around the side of my car, and I like looked at the rearview mirror, like just to see you.
Yeah, just
like,
see where I was coming.
And
because you were reversing.
Yes, true. Yeah, I was reversing, and then and the only thing I saw in the rearview mirror was your big fat tits going boing 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 as they came to the mirror, and that made me laugh. That made me forget about all my anger.
Yeah,
I was like, that's so fucking.
That's
funny.
so funny that someone else from across the street was also watching that happen.
Yeah.
God damn it.
What about the time you got out of the car and you yelled?
Yeah.
Moving on. So
Moving
we're quite
on.
tired. We had full days, and then we had to go. We'd been out doing errands for like 2.5 hours now, I realised. For a fucking long time. And now we just got home, straight into the podcast. Bada bing. Bada boom, baby.
Matt, how are you, doll?
Good.
No,
No,
you're
I've been
not.
sleeping like dog shit.
Yeah, I need this. I need this to stop. Chrissy, wake up. I don't like this.
I don't like this. I've been oversleeping and I've been undersleeping. And
The two.
I can't pick either one for like last night I went to bed early and I woke up at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, because your body's like, what? No, but now we must be done.
But that was it. I woke up alert and I went,
Yeah.
oh, I could get up now. And I was like, it's 6 o'clock. Like why would I? Because now I get like 3 more hours sleep. I said,
God said let them rest.
I'm just going to enjoy that because I don't have to get up till 9. And then 9 o'clock comes around, I'm like, what? And then I'm
fucked.
And then it feels like I haven't had any sleep.
Yeah, it's like you've started the sleep again.
It makes me depressed.
And your body's like,
I feel
I've
depressed.
only had 3 hours sleep.
I feel depressed for the rest of the day. And that's been me this whole day until I went and I had a long iced Americano, which is so many shots of coffee.
Jugs in the rearview mirror.
and an espresso. So I've just got jolted on coffee and I'm like, I don't have any low moods.
Yeah.
I am high functioning. So I'm too like jolted up to even feel.
What are you doing in my swamp?
But now I'm going to fucking not sleep tonight. 'Cause I'm jolted on coffee and I'm happy now. And that I'm going to ride that the rest of the evening. I'm going to have hot dogs. Very excited about that.
Woo! With cheese.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
How are you?
Oh, I'm... No, you got to cut that out. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm so overworked.
I like how it's going to go from like, I'm like, how are you? Beep, you got to cut that out. I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm fine, guys. I'm
Like
fine.
a-
This is fine. The house is burning around me. Lulu's licking inside Murphy's ear. Yeah, I've had like crippling heartburn from my SSRI tablet for the last 2 days straight. And it doesn't happen every time I take it because I take it every single day. It's just
SSRI, everybody stands for suck rear insertion tablet. It's like
every day.
It's a popper.
I'm getting real good at it too.
Yeah. It opens up her throat, opens up her bum.
Yeah, it clears the sinus passages.
Yes.
If you will.
Just keep going.
Sometimes the side effect when you just it's like the perfect storm. You just all these things have to align for it to give you like soul crushing heartburn.
Yeah.
And boy did it. And like the minute and a half after I took the
Big jump, Murph.
He dead?
Oh, he's good.
Oh, he's just sniffing her ass. Sick. Murph, can you not? You're embarrassing me in front of my friend. Murphy, you're embarrassing me in front of my friend.
He's just kissing. He's all right.
No, because he's sniffing her, right? And then what's going to happen? He's going to go up behind her and start humping her. That's what he's going to do.
I don't want to catch these two. Do you ever catch your parents having sex?
I haven't even catched my parents hugging
That's
before.
so fucking... You and I lived in two very different houses.
My mum and I'm 100% sure that Nora and I were brought in by storks.
Yeah.
I'm not. We were not conceived.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
No, my parents were the opposite. My parents are all over each other.
Yeah.
Both parents. See, before my dad had his accident... Sorry, we'll come back to this. What were you... heartburn.
Yeah. I took my tablet and I was hunched over my ottoman for 2.5 hours on getting the rear insertion. No one saw that, but he winked at me. Come on, man.
I'm going to zoom in the camera on my...
Yeah.
Because I think it's the side. I can't remember what side I winked.
You need to like put the little ding.
That's quite funny.
Yeah.
So you had a heartburn.
I had
You weren't
heartburn.
feeling so hot.
No, and I was like, that's all right, because I'll take some Gaviscon, and it will be gone. And it wasn't. It stayed. It made it even worse because then the burps were trapped inside me.
Ellie.
Smooth transition.
Stop.
Yeah.
So much cutting I'm going to have to do because this fucking dog every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just licked me under my arm. That wouldn't have tasted very good.
And it's just because you were on a thought. And I'm just like, let's keep this thought going. And I... Eleanor, stop it right this second.
He's so upset.
Fucking
Tell us what it's like, Matt, because I've got cats for dogs, right? Tell me what it's like to have a proper dog.
It's like living with an asshole all the fucking time. Because she's so big, I can't like just be like anywhere that I can get to, she can get to.
Yeah.
And she's
You
so
can't hide
loud
anything.
and shit. And
She's so loud and shit.
80% of the time she's good. It's like having a kid. Like 80% of the time, I love you, you're great.
But she's terrible
20% of the time, I'm like, you fucking... And it's like, you just stop.
Yeah.
Stop.
She's like, what do you mean stop?
And she's like, especially when people come, I'm like, I just chill. And like that, she's on you, climbing all over you, trying to eat your armpit. And I'm like, it takes her so long to calm down.
Yeah, once she gets riled up.
And because she's so big, it's like she'll just get all over people.
Yep.
You had heartburn.
I've had a heartburn for 2 days. I can't get rid of it. But
It'll go. Oh, I bet that was vomit.
it was all vomit, actually.
So before my
Line
dad,
up, gentlemen.
this is what makes me like really truly believe in the power of genetics. Is that before my dad had his accident, apparently he was like, him and I are very similar looking. Like we look exactly the same, but our personalities, apparently the way he was before he got brain damage was like.
Did he like write with a blue pen before he got his pen?
What?
Get the joke out.
Such a shit joke.
Did he write with a blue pen before he got his pen license and he went to jail and they gave him brain damage?
What are you talking about?
Oh, I just had a bit. You're like, my dad's accident. I'm like, did he accidentally? I was thinking of the dumbest thing. Did he?
Well, it was pretty dumb.
Yeah.
No, he got hit by a car.
Oh no!
By a drunk driver.
Oh!
He went into a coma for a while. So before his accident, apparently he was a big sweetie pie.
I like to retract everything I just said.
He was a big old sweetie pie.
Did he get his pen license?
I'm sure he did before his.
Okay, so he got hit by a truck.
Okay, I didn't say truck. Got hit by a car.
He got hit by a bus.
Yeah.
Plane.
Yeah.
In the towers.
And then it sort of.
And then they fell.
And then shut up. It's not even. He's not the one that I like. Like. After that, I never saw them like do anything. But before that, pick your mic up. Before that, like there's something in our genes. We can't keep our hands off our wives. But he just
You big fucking schlong.
You're just horn dogs. We're monogamous horn dogs. So our girlfriends and wives take the brunt of it. But I've told you about party time, right? Okay, so
Oh no.
post accident. So when I was like 10, this is like years after he had his accident. It was well before I had like conscious thoughts. They used to have this video camera, a big fucking video camera. Even when they had the video.
Oh my God, I know exactly what you're going to say.
Yeah. So I used to.
No, I hate this story.
So I used to sit
You got to
there-
tell it on this podcast now.
I used to sit there and watch tapes of my dad, like just stuff they did with my older brother. Like they used to film everything when my brother. It was just them and my brother. And so I'd like go back and I'd be watching all these tapes, seeing what my dad used to be like. And she's not wrong. It's like me now, put back into the 80s. It's wild shit. Anyway, so I just watch these tapes constantly. And for anyone who doesn't know, when you made VHS tapes, so you would film on a camera on a little cassette, and then you would turn that cassette into a VHS tape. I don't know the process to do that. It was old even when I was young. It was still an old piece of shit. Like they had digital cameras by the time I was young. So I didn't know how it done, but I would watch the VHS tapes and you could label them. So on the screen, you would press play and it would have like the thing around the edge where it says play and that, and they would have titles like Michael's first swimming lesson or
Matt's first birthday.
a day at Taronga Zoo. And then one of them was called Party Time. And I went, what is this? What is Party Time? Now you got to keep in mind, and like, good on my parents, right? So it was a little movie and it had establishing shots, right?
Oh my God.
So the first shot, one of the shots I see is just like the bathroom floor. And there's clothes on the bathroom floor. And you can hear like,
yeah, the music in the background.
like some music quietly. I'm like, oh. And I went, oh, they must have filmed like while they're having a party. This
They
would be
left
so
the
cool.
camera.
And they left it there. And then it cuts to, and that's like 30 seconds of that, and it cuts to another shot, which is like the lounge room.
Yeah.
The lounge room, and the music's a little louder. And then it cuts to another shot, which is outside their bedroom door. And you can hear the music real loud, like coming from inside the bedroom. And then it cuts.
Can you just how are you watching this? Are you sitting on the floor with your legs crossed, just right up at the TV?
Up on the TV. I had
Fuck me dead.
AV cables coming out of the television
Fuck
into the camera.
me dead.
And then
So?
and then hard cuts to my dad absolutely dicking down my mum, like really, like going to fucking town. He just railing my mother. They're in full missionary, and my dad is on top.
Belly to belly is
Now, really, luckily, I couldn't see very much, except that my dad and I have the exact same body.
So you saw you railing your mum.
and now we have the same haircut.
Fuck.
So yeah.
So how much did you see until?
Like it cuts to it, and it took like 5 seconds for me to realize what I was watching. I was like, "What the fuck?" Because it's just shapes in the dark, And then I realized, and it was like it's a clear shot. It was full, like my mum's legs were around my dad and her arms, and like he was just fucking slopping her down, you know? And I went, oh my God, and I had to take it off because my first thought was, I don't want to get...
I've done a boy squirt.
I didn't want to get caught watching it.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, and so then... And that was, yeah. And that image is burned into my brain. I can see it now. If I close my eyes...
I'm surprised you haven't killed yourself.
That was what... You know what? Here's the thing. My parents could have been fighting and could have been hating each other, but instead...
I think I would have preferred that.
My dad was pounding down my mother.
He was taking her to come
He was absolute, and this before, he was like sweetie pie, lovely, like perfect husband before he had his accident. And they was like, honestly, fucking fuck her up, Dad. Really.
Go get it.
Because you know, you got friends whose parents fucking hate each other, or you've never even seen your parents hug. I'm fucking stoked that and it's the same deal now with my mum's new husband. They are all over each other, and as much as I go, stop it,
yeah,
like when I'm like, enough, all right, we're all in the kitchen, icky,
yeah,
and they're like, it's natural. I'm so much happier that they're like that my mum is like that.
It'd be a positive vibe to be around. Yeah,
and it made me feel like okay, expressing how I feel about the person that I love in front of people, which some people are really, really bad at doing, is showing people around them that they unapologetically love their partner.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really, really, as much as I really wish I hadn't seen my dad fucking folding my mum up like a lawn chair, I'm quite happy that at least, because you want your mum to have as many comes, don't you? Don't you want at the end at the end of my mum's life, I want her to just go, whew.
Oh boy! I'm full up the pussy's bow with cock.
You know what? I have no regrets. I had as many comes as I want. I want my mum, and that's a lesson to everyone at home. You should want your mum to have as many comes as she wants, as she feels she deserves. You should be looking back on your life going, you know what? That was plenty of dick. Plenty.
That was good. Oh, I couldn't. I'm full to pussy's bow.
You should be like, I've got cancer and I'm about to fade away, but at least I got all the dicks I could ever.
I was dicked down.
Like an absolute
till sunset.
So yeah, and then the other one was like catching Rob naked, but I've talked about that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, Blake!
I didn't think you were.
I'm
just getting the bucket.
Oh, get the bucket for your mother. Oh, go to bed, bloody idiot.
And I know he slams my mum, so it's like,
yeah.
I'm just stoked for the both of them.
Just the fucking phrase of I know he slams my mum.
Yeah.
Makes me want to slit my wrist.
Because here's the thing, I'm happy that my mum is happily married. Because if she wasn't, she would drive me fucking crazy. Because I like that she has a husband she enjoys the company of, so he takes my job.
Yeah,
I don't have to look after my mum or spend
That's
time.
true.
You know, and I just more than anything in this world, fuck, I want her to die first.
Smooth transition.
I have a similar thing, but it wasn't my parents. It was good old SBS. So we.
SBS? What's SBS? Oh, like the TV channel.
Yeah.
Sorry. So we have a television channel, everybody in Australia, called SBS.
It's like the foreign channel.
No,
like international channel. Has like...
What's the SBS stand for?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like SBS Portugal and SBS Romania.
There is a lot of
foreign
shows. He's trying to jump, but he's slipping on a sock.
Good boy.
SBS.
So we had
I saw so much penises and vaginas on SBS when I was a kid.
I did not.
You didn't?
No.
Every time I turn on like 11 p.m, it's like, welcome back to Embarrassing Bodies. Here's a penis.
Jesus.
Look at this woman's vagina.
I was in bed by then. We had a VHS tape of The Lion King, right? Which was also some of my birthday party, my old VHS birthday party tapes. And at the end of it was like half of The Lion King that was taped over. And we're watching old baby videos at Dylan's house. And I was like, oh, it's funny. Like this particular one, I don't know what's at the end of The Lion King. Like I've never watched the credits because Mum always took the VHS out.
Gotcha.
And we just had it on in the background. Like it was just playing through. And then it switches over to an SBS movie, like a porn movie. That they've obviously on the television.
Like your parents
But I don't know if
have
it was
some history with like.
I don't know if it was by accident or whatever. Like my dad like full on denies it, but we were like keeled over, like
That's so funny.
laughing our guts out because every time we used to wake up the next morning, Dad would have the like Italian channel on or like the Greek channel or whatever. He'd have an international channel on.
Quick switch. Oh, so I was just watching.
Literally, like it's
Mi
always
amore Italiano.
It's always a Serbian channel, and we're like, "What were you watching last night, Tone Dog?" He's like, "Oh shit, I was watching the movie with the subtitles." I'm like,
I was watching
yeah.
Serbian Neighbours. I was watching Serbian Neighbours. It's a great show.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Yep. Yep. Every time we wake up, my dad's like, "Oh no, get out of it, Sienna, you bloody."
That's so funny. He
I
has a
wasn't watching.
phone.
No,
You have porn in your pocket.
no, Dad's not about that life.
You have no. First of all,
The music video of.
let me explain. Let me say one thing to you right now. You're wrong.
Yeah, but let me
explain one thing to you right now.
You
do not know. No one ever truly knows their father, and I promise you.
Let me
Go on.
just. He loves the Victoria's Secret shows. His favorite. His Christmas.
Yeah.
He gets down and is like, "Swan, cancel everything.
Yeah.
It's the Victoria's Secret modelling show."
You don't think that guy's pulling his phone out on the toilet and going, "Google boobs"? You're a fucking lunatic.
I reckon the Call on Me video might be enough.
I'll tell you what, I'll tell you one thing right now with absolute certainty. I promise you this.
Don't.
Your brother and your dad.
Siri, don't.
I'll have, yeah.
Yeah, my brother maybe.
Maybe your brother has a favorite category.
But my brother sleeps with his door open, as do my parents.
Yeah, he can find time to knock it.
Good night, Australia.
I promise you.
It's just not in our family's
no.
bingo cards.
You may believe that.
We always leave room for Jesus.
No, and I know families identical to yours and with people that I'm friends with, and they are bashing it. Taking it to fucking digital heaven.
Chloe's going to be watching this going...
Oh, she's not. She's going to go, yeah. I was
Not Tone Dog.
No, not Tone Dog, but she'll be like, yeah, I was spinning the discs last night.
Yeah, but Chloe can spin her disc as much as she wants. Not Tone Dog.
I can promise.
It's
My dad's a fucking animal now. I'll tell you what.
Jesus.
The one thing I wish from him not... as much as I'd like just like go back to being like me, he's just a fucking... He's a sexual deviant. He's the biggest rubberneck when we're driving the car. Oh, bloody yeah, look at that. Like,
What did you do in Spotlight today? Sienna, turn around. Look at that lady's legs. I want her to kick me through the aisle. Kick me through the shelf.
It's a good bit with you.
Yeah, it is.
Or when I was like, let's go ask this lady for help because she has the prettiest
She has prettiest eyes.
I've ever seen.
So funny.
She did have very pretty eyes.
I do start to stress that I am accidentally cock blocking you to all these beautiful women that we see on our adventures. I'm trying to look as
Unappealing.
yeah. As like you're my carer.
Yeah.
I've already got the backpack.
I'm not. Here's the thing. I'm never going to be the kind of person, even if I saw someone, I'm like, oh, that's fucking the most gorgeous human. I'm never going to approach a person in public, especially I'm not going to go up to a woman at her place of work and be like, hi, I just thought you were really pretty. Can I get your number? She's trying to do a fucking job. Anybody who
Great work.
approaches strangers in public and asks,
Sorry, I just can't take my eyes off you.
you're not, oh, that's so fucking gross. You're not, even if you are like, even if it was a guaranteed win, just don't.
Some trade said that to me at work today. I was like, I was going through his quote because we can just do. It actually doesn't matter what I'm about to say. All I'm going to skip to is I said you can have a 5% trade discount because we're putting it through business name. He goes, well, if I hang out with you a little longer, I might get a 20% discount.
So that sort of shit needs to fucking stop.
And I was like,
You should have said, boy, want me to bring it down to 2? Just throw it back in his face.
that's quite good.
There was that like, I want to say it was with Connie, but I can't remember. It was with someone. And there was...
One of your loud wives.
we were,
What was that laugh?
it was because I was like, yes. We went somewhere and it was... in my brain, I'm picturing McDonald's, but it wasn't McDonald's. Point is, the server was clearly flirting with me. or maybe just doing their job. But I mean, like, people don't troll for tips here, so it's hard to tell.
Yes, that's true.
But she was like, you should ask for a number. And I went, I'm never, even if I was 100% certain the person was flirting with me.
Yeah. No.
I'm not going to go just while someone's at their work and be like, can I have your number? And they'll go, no. I'm like, well, great. Now I know where you work and I've made you uncomfortable. And
now I can't come here again.
I can't go to that fucking, Sienna.
Tell me. Tell me more. Tell me more.
I'm gonna say the location because fuck these guys. But there's a shopping center a certain distance from our home, and there is a it's called Forest Hill Chase, and there is a shop there called Sandwich Chefs. Now, Sandwich Chefs is a franchise.
Dear me!
I made a real dick of myself, and now I can't go back. But even though everyone around me was kind of giving me the like,
no, when you sent me that voicemail, I was like, get it, Daddy.
I'm fuming. I went up there first.
You're
of all,
still fuming.
I know, because I need sandwiches.
Yeah,
and that's
sandwiches.
And sometimes I go there. I'm like, I'd like a sandwich. I went up. They'd moved everything around, so when I was at the front, I couldn't even see what I needed to order. And I was like, I didn't. And I just said, can I just get a chicken bacon club? And they're like, yes. White or wheat? And I said white. And they give me a long ass white loaf. By the way, everybody, it's about that fucking long. It's
a big sub.
A good solid roll. Not quite a Subway roll in length, but like somewhere like that. And she fucking makes it. She puts margarine, yes please. Puts the. By the way, they take the. This is not important to the story, but they pre-cook the bacon and throw it in a sandwich press.
Oh, that's wild to me.
It's just fucking like, and so she crisps it down to a piece like that big, like fucking nothing. She puts the chicken across the sandwich, puts the margarine across the sandwich, and she puts the cheese, one square slice of cheese, smack bang in the middle of this long sub. And now the sub is long enough. I'm not exaggerating. It's long enough to have 3 pieces of cheese side by side. Mm-hmm. So she plonks one in the middle. So there's a cheese worth of space on either side.
That's mental.
And I'm going to buy...
Even have the audacity to break up that bit of cheese and put a little bit...
Spread it across. So, I don't fucking know. It's just...
Sort it out is the question.
It's covering a third of the sandwich, and it's the cheese. It's the best bit.
Yeah.
And so it would have taken me 3 bites to actually get to cheese.
And you would have paid extra for cheese.
Yeah. So and the crispy bit of bacon she chucks in the middle as well, which is smaller than the cheese. And the bacon, you could have gotten 6 slices side by side across. Yeah. I wouldn't want that much because I don't like bacon that much. I'm just saying, there's $14. $14 for this fucking sandwich. And she chooses the cheese and puts the bacon down. She goes, anything else? And I was like...
Are you done?
I literally was like, you've got to be kidding me. And I was like, can I get some more cheese? And she's like,
you would have felt exactly like, can I get some more cheese?
I was like, I'm not, just, do you mind if I get some more cheese? Kind of like, obviously, like, look at that sandwich. Can I get more cheese? And she was like, it'll cost extra. And I was like, it costs extra to have the cheese go across the whole sandwich? And she gave me this one. She went, like, shrugged, like, I can't like, what am I supposed to do?
All right. I'm sure that she's got recipes she's got to follow to make the sandwich, right?
No, because I've been there before and I've had this. I knew what, because I didn't know what the menu was, because they move the menu behind you when you get to the front of the line. So you look up and you go, well, there's nothing to read. So I knew what I wanted. I went, I checked Chicken Bacon Club because I've had that before. Never like this. It's never been like this before. They put it across. So I knew that was how it's supposed to be. Keep going.
I was going to say, if she knew that she could only give you, like in her brain, she could only give you one thing of burnt bacon and one tiny piece of plastic cheese, she could have broken up the bacon and put it across the whole sandwich and broken up the cheese and put that across the whole sandwich. And I think you would have been like, that's a little bit dog shit, but at least I'm not just having bread and butter, can't wrap my mouth around everything else in the middle and then bread and butter.
Exactly. There was chicken, but like...
But you want to have chicken,
I don't want a chicken and mayo
butter?
Sandwich. Yeah, fucking ridiculous. I said, because instantly I was like, I don't want to complain too much because there's this video that I like where this woman is at the front of a counter, like with nachos and cheese going, like picking them up going, there's no cheese anywhere in these nachos. And the guy behind her starts laughing. He's like, do you really need more cheese? And then she's like, fuck you. And he's like, I want cheese.
Look at that. There's no cheese. Why you have nothing but 20 minutes.
Is that all for you?
It's 20 minutes. No, it's 20 minutes and she paid for that. What do you take?
It's fucking, yeah. Oh no, get away. More cheese. More cheese. That's pretty funny. Who the fuck does that? Like oh no, get out of here. She's going to get me.
Inarguably, it's kind of funny to watch a Karen. And I was like, I'm being a Karen right now. So I sort of careful. And I like looked around like to see how many people behind me. And there was like 3 people behind me. And I went, look, I know I'm a bit of a fat cunt. But that's like, I said fat cunt. I think that's where she kind of like stood back. And I whispered it like that. Like, I know I'm a bit of a fat cunt. But like, that's ridiculous. There's no. And she was like, I'm sorry, something. And I was like, all right, thank you. And I just walked away. And I left it. And she was like, what? Sir? I got one sir. And I just kept walking. I'm not paying $14 for that. I get, now she can't sell it. It's a waste. They've wasted chicken. They've wasted whatever. But that was fucking stupid.
But
I'm not paying $14 for a shit sandwich.
But if you're at that impasse, right, and the customer's like, yeah, I'm not paying for that. You just go, you can't be like, well, where do we go from here? Because I can't, because I'm not going to like try and make the sandwich better or spread some things out or, you know, give you a little bit extra of this and that. Be like, oh, yeah, well, I can give you an extra slice of cheese just this once, you know. You know, and yes, people may take advantage of the just this once and they'll come back, oh, you did it from your last time.
Which you do every single time.
If you're like, can I, you know, like, is this, if she just goes, then you're like, well, fuck, you're not going to help me.
I could do here.
And I'm not going to pay for something that I'm going to throw out.
Yeah, and it's
so
not.
That's fair enough.
And it's also, they're not good sandwiches. Sandwich Chef sucks hot cock.
Yeah.
Sandwich Chef sucks. Everything they make is dog shit. I literally always go there out of desperation because
It's the only thing I've got left.
Because if I'm at this supermarket, this isn't, and that's not the center that I go to. That center's a little bit further away from us, not to dox ourselves. But there's one that I like to go to that's a bit better. And if I'm there, it's far away from home. I'm walking around. I'm hot. I'm hungry. I'm like, I'll go to Sandwich Chef's and get a sandwich that every single time has given me diarrhea.
So you know it's good.
So you know it's fucking great. And I was like, you know what? Because I usually get like a schnitzel. I was like, I'll just get regular chicken. Maybe it's the deep fried schnitzel that's making upset because I know oil upsets my tummy. Yeah, fucking. Ooh.
That's a joke. Like, if I was there, I'd be like, where's the rest of the stuff for the... Would you eat that? It's like Subway. It's like, would you eat that? Yeah, but they would
because some people just don't care.
It's crazy.
You know, some people like make a Vegemite sandwich and walk away and just... And I'm like, do you have any respect for your mouth? What?
I have Vegemite sandwich.
Nothing wrong with a Vegemite sandwich, but you make it properly. You put... Like Vegemite, you'd spread it evenly and you put time into it. But people just go like my brother used to just get like a thing of butter and just whack it on the bread and a bit of Vegemite and go like that and just eat that. I'm like, that's insane.
That is insane.
When I go to Subway and they don't spread the ingredients out, I say, do you mind spreading those out? Like, why are you even working?
Yeah.
When I worked at Subway, and I worked at Subway, every single sandwich I put effort into. You're paying money for food.
Yeah.
And I don't want to pay for shit food.
No, make you the best sandwich.
You go to McDonald's, you know what you're getting. You're getting a shit.
Yeah, shit on shit.
Made, and it all tastes the same going in.
Yeah.
If I go to Subway, they're making it in front of me. I'm like, spread the ingredients out. Don't leave a bite size on either side. It's not that fucking hard. First world problems, which is what I said to you when I sent you the message. I know this is a first world problem, but I live in the first world. I'm not flush with cash. So when I spend $14 on a sandwich, I'm like...
That was like a few groceries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have gone out and gotten ingredients and made a better sandwich.
Yeah. Like the watered down cold blacks that you've been falling into lately. It's like,
just that one place we went to, I was like, this is dog shit.
Oh, it just happened to be with me. That was
remember
wild.
We went upstairs and...
That was wild that with the peppermint slice.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So Matt orders a coffee first.
Keep in mind, you work at a bakery. Here's how it should. What happened to me is how it should.
Educate them. You're about to get educated.
I'm going to go me first, and then you say what happened to you.
Okay.
I walk up. Hello, how are you? Very good, thank you. Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Can I please get an ice long black? What size? Large. And can I get a caramel slice as well? Yeah, of course. Now she's serving, and she sends the ice long black order to the barista.
Yep.
And then she goes straight to the cabinet, gets the caramel slice, puts it in a bag, hands it to me.
Yeah, because
that's
just take away.
That's her only job.
Yep.
And then you walk up. And you go, hi, can I get
just a peppermint slice?
You just want the peppermint slice. She goes, yep, cool. Tap your card, done. And then she just walked away and faced the wall, Blair Witch style. Just stared at the wall.
Yep.
Looked at her phone. Walked around. And you came over and you sat with me. Just walking around, chatting, having a wait.
But I stayed like near the counter.
Yeah, you stood there for so fucking long.
I stood there for like she was looking at me going, you don't have an order with me.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at her going, yes, I fucking do.
So what she'd done is she'd made you pay and then forgotten the bit of giving you the food.
But the ticket printed out and she just skewered it. So it was, to her mind, gone.
Yeah, it's with the barista now.
Yep.
And then I got my coffee and we sat there and I finished my slice.
Yeah. And
we
I'm
went back
still waiting at the counter.
And she's like, "Are you waiting for something?" Yeah, the peppermint. Oh, she's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
And then she's like, "Was it lemon?" That's what tipped me over the edge. And I was like, "Just a peppermint slice, thanks."
I understand it's hard to keep track of the 2 customers in your store, but no, a benefit of the doubt. It is hard to keep track of a coffee,
just 2
a coffee and 2 slices.
that you didn't have to make.
No, and I'm not being rude. Really, I get it, because she had to have all those chats with her friend. And
She
look at her
did,
phone
and she had to look at the
40
phone,
times,
and she had to flip the sandwich inside the sandwich press as well. That was for someone.
So I think that was just for her, And I don't want to. I know.
So much respect for service.
I've come out into, like, I used to work in service and now I'm lucky enough to do this and I'm really happy about that. And I would never disparage anyone who sucks at their job. But she just was she fucking sucked.
Yeah.
She was such a fucking, she had stones in her fucking head.
Yeah.
She was walking around like that,
Yeah.
looking at her
And she
phone.
didn't look like crushingly young either. We went.
No, she was fucking older than me.
Yeah.
Get off your phone, by the way.
Yeah. I
When did
seriously?
that, when did that start happening, that
Yeah.
people just take their phones out and fuck around on their phones at work?
Yeah.
I would have gotten fired.
Fired
I
so
had to
many
keep
times.
my phone in my locker when I worked at the supermarket.
Yeah.
The only, like, when I worked at Woolies, it was part of the rules. Phones in the locker. Mm-hmm. That's like when I mean, of course, there was that time when I was assistant managing at the reject shop, and that girl had the AirPod in. I was like, "Hey, take your AirPods out." She's like, "Why?" And I went,
I don't know.
"I don't know. I have no idea. Actually, you know what? Enjoy time." So I appreciate that people can take out their phones and check the time. And
But not when you're actively serving
look,
someone.
I know that's different. If you're, there is a middle ground between what I went through when I worked when I was 15, 16 years old.
Yeah.
And what 15, 16-year-olds are going through now. You should be able to have your phone on you and
Yeah.
go see the time. Maybe you get a message from your mum and you're like, "Oh, I want to check that." But you got to have some level of respect
And
that you're-
awareness around you.
that you're
Yeah.
working.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm fucking imploding here.
I went to McDonald's to get I'm back on the 50-cent cones now because I'm sick of getting half-filled McFlurries.
Before I forget that,
Please go ahead.
The thing I thought about was,
Sandwich?
I went to, no, this is not that long ago. I went to the supermarket and I walked up to the girl who was on her phone while she's working. And
Fuck.
I always give them heaps of warning, like 30 seconds.
Yep.
No, like as I'm walking up to her, I was like, "Oh, hi, excuse me," and she went like this. And
The finger.
I didn't even break my stride. I just kept walking past her and just walked away.
I
I wanted to grab her
Your
phone.
finger- No, I was gonna say-
throw it under the shelves.
I mean, like,
slide it across the store.
go fetch.
I wanted to go whoosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, aisle 7.
Yeah. And then you hear the crunch. Someone's, "Oh, what was that?"
Oh, my stilettos went through the phone.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say it walked up to her finger and shattered it.
Walk up to her finger and go, "Oh, that's not."
Yeah.
Snap it.
Just keep walking.
Snap it up.
Ow! Ow! What was, ow!
She's like this, and I go, "Who's a loser?" and point it towards her. Sorry, McDonald's 50-cent cones.
Yeah, I'm back on the 50 cents because
I've got indigestion and diarrhea. Been smashing the 50-cent cones.
I haven't been smashing. I've had 2.
Yeah.
And I went to McDonald's on the M3.
Mm.
I know it's like you have to kind of pay to get people to smile at you at the drive-through, but I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
The expression on this woman.
Yeah.
I was getting a
It's
soft
funny
drink.
because I know it's the same person.
Yeah, you reckon?
Yeah. If it's on the M3.
Outbound,
Oh, no, different one.
going towards like Hallam.
The thing is, I like.
Maybe she just swapped.
Sorry, keep going. I keep interrupting.
No, my drink coasters were full, and I was getting a soft serve and a Coke.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, I was going to put the drink in the drink holder, but I wanted the soft serve later.
Mm.
So I wanted to put it in a little box, the little carry box. And she like hands me she goes to hand me the cone. And oh, I'm really sorry. Do you think I could grab a drinks tray for that? Because it's only me in the car.
Yep.
And she went,
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I changed my mind.
and she didn't say anything. She didn't say, yeah, of course. She rolled her eyes
Oh,
and walked off
my God.
and she came back without the drinks tray.
Yeah.
So it was obviously she was frustrated because she didn't have drinks trays ready to go. She had to go and find them. And there wasn't like a queue behind me either. It was just me in the drive-thru. So it wasn't like they were pressed for fucking time. No. But just the fact that I was like, I'm really sorry. Could I just grab a drinks tray? And she put the drinks tray down, did a couple of other things, like my 2 things are sitting there, and then put my Coke in the drinks thing and then still handed me the soft serve. Now, I understand that the soft serve doesn't fit in the drinks tray, but I just need it to rest. What am I? Where am I? Where am I going to put a fucking whole thing of ice cream while I'm trying to drive? Yeah. Unless I'm going to eat it right now. So I put it in the cup holder. But it's just the fact that I was like, how? Excuse me? I'm not asking for much. No. I can pay extra if you like.
Yeah,
I just can't hold the 2 things right now.
It's also the amount of times I've gone, oh, can I get a just cup holder? Because I just that's just
You've got one cup holder in your car.
Yeah, it's not that crazy, and everyone's like, of course I'll just grab it. Like yeah. Obviously, see, the thing about people not smiling at me, I try not to be the guy who's like, I know you work 6 hours, but where's my smile?
Yeah,
I try.
You look so good with a smile. I get it.
No, not like that. I don't mean I'm trying not to be like a sexual weirdo. Yeah, where's my smile, darling? I meant for anybody. But,
yes.
But because when I worked in these jobs, service jobs, I would, even on my worst days, if a customer came up, I'd be like, hi.
How you going?
And it's, you push through it, and it's just, that's part of the job.
That is part of the job.
But I hated it, and I know they had it, so I don't get that. But if you're rolling your eyes at someone, what was that?
That was Ellie.
If you're rolling your eyes,
you're distracted now.
Go fuck yourself.
That was crazy. That like,
and it's like we've worked with. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
We've worked with, like, we did a show recently. We worked with kids.
Yep.
We've done other shows with like 15, 16, 17-year-old people. We know that there are just beautiful, friendly, young people around. And that's not some representation of what like kids are like now, or like young working age sort of like young.
But
adults.
she wasn't young either. She was like an older teenager.
Yeah, some people are fucking.
And I was just like, well, I'm sorry. I know that I've only got one drink, but like, I'm sorry.
I just feel like if I was a manager there and I saw one of my staff roll their eyes at a customer for being like, oh, excuse me, can I get a tray? Not for something. You're not going off. You're not being an asshole. You're asking for a tray. I'd have been like, oh, come here for a second. Just go grab your stuff and just head home for the night.
Yeah.
Like, why? I was like, because that's fucking.
That's crazy.
Bananas. That's the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Like we're
can't be doing that.
We're representing.
Yeah, this franchise.
Whether or not you believe that's an important job or whatever, or you think it's like people just there to get food, whatever. You are being paid.
Yeah.
To provide a service.
Some people,
and part of that is not rolling your eyes into people's faces and being an asshole.
Oops.
What?
I talked over you, so I said, oops.
No, because I've talked over you like 60 times.
That doesn't matter. I have had some brilliant service people at McDonald's that are like, and here's your drink, and the napkins are just in the bag. You have a great day. And I'm like, thanks, you too. And they're like, bye. But this lady, when I got up to the window, she didn't say anything, and she slid the Coke over. And she was going to start handing me the stuff. I was like, I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. Could I just grab that in a cup straight? And I'm like, I'm sorry. I didn't know that was going to ruin your day.
I'm so sorry. Let me, you know what? I'll just cut my wrists. I bleed for you.
Sorry. I weep for you.
I weep. Shit. I'll just drive headfirst into traffic.
I will execute myself in the next 45 minutes. Will that make you feel a little bit better? But she just toddled off, not in a rush at all. Just I guess. And then she threw 2 drinks trays down. She must have been having a shock. She was dressed in a barista outfit.
Yeah.
So I was like, I get it. Making coffees must suck. Working at McDonald's must suck even harder. But just maybe don't maybe go out the back and roll your eyes. Be like, this fucking guy.
Yeah.
You know.
But also, that's not eye roll worthy.
No.
Life's going to get a lot harder than that, babe.
Babe.
Speaking of disrespect, you know, remember ages ago, I'll try and put the video up, but I learnt recently that when you and I had that chopstick fight at the Chinese restaurant, turns out that's crazy disrespectful.
Ready, set,
Wait, what were we fighting about?
We were doing a game where we put one chopstick on the table and we both had chopsticks
to try and
we both had to try and pick it up. Apparently crazy disrespectful. So
Oops.
oopsie doopsie. Yeah, you win some, you dim some.
If I had someone come up to me and say, "Hey, that's super disrespectful," I'd be like, "You know what's disrespectful? That."
What?
And I'd point to the ducks in the window.
Right next to her.
Yeah, like that's putting me off my food just a little bit.
Do you know this is exactly why Shane Gillis got fired from SNL? For this bit that you're doing right now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah. He got fired because what he was doing was actually, he was talking about how, like, I think it was some bit about, like, that New York City's a melting pot. He's like, it's not a melting pot. It's a bunch of different pots.
I need you to hold the thought about the pots.
What?
Did that make me sound like a vegan just then?
What?
The ducks in the window?
No.
Okay, great. I didn't want to be like, we shouldn't be eating.
No.
That's not what it was.
sounded
Just like
you just sound like when you're eating dinner, you don't want to
And
look
it-
at slaughtered animals right next to your head.
yeah, because
sometimes there's a
all
little
of them
off-putting.
are in a row. Are just
Emma was sitting right next to the window. Yeah, he was doing a bit about like how
melting pot.
well, it's not a melting pot. It turns out New York is actually really segregated into like areas where certain people
Oh,
live, and like
okay.
Chinatown was I believe was intentional. They were like just put them all there, and that's how Chinatown sort of started back in whenever.
Isn't that like supposed to be a joyous thing? Like they get to have all their shops and the special, restaurants and things like that.
Yeah, but
we
like
have in
of course
Melbourne.
it's nice to be able to go to Chinatown and like get and go to like this like Little Italy and shit like that. But like generally,
Come on, buddy.
when you look at like the history of a city, those places become those places because they're trying to like bring in all these immigrants from one country and send them all to one place.
Yeah, right.
That wasn't for you, Ellie. You know that wasn't for you.
Do you want to maybe try and hoik him up or
Comfy?
so comfy? There we go.
Unbelievable.
Now you can settle down, my boy. Yes.
My boy!
So why did Shane get fired? Did he say a joke live or something?
On the podcast, they made a joke, but they were doing a bit about like, they were pretending to be other people. They were pretending to be pieces of shit.
Okay.
And do an impression of those pieces of shit. And in that process, said a bunch of like offensive things because that's the kind of stuff that those people would say. And then that clip got taken, ripped out of context. And that's what got him fired. How it almost always is. The people take something, take it out of context and go, this person's a piece of shit. And they get fired forever. And they lose their job. And obviously now he's climbed to the top and now he's one of the greatest and most successful stand-up comedians of all time now.
Yep,
But there are
yeah,
still
yeah.
people who look and go, Shane Gillis, isn't he that racist homophobe?
Oh no.
You're like, no, he's not.
Nah, he's
not.
really cool.
He's
And
actually,
he's like a really good advocate for like the autism community.
Yeah. The
The coffee shop.
And his niece and his
His
uncle
uncle.
had Down syndrome. There's Down syndrome littered all through his family. Mm-hmm. I don't know if littered's the right word, but there's Down syndrome through his family.
Genetically, yes.
Yeah, and he funded and opened up the coffee shop that employs people with mental illness.
So good.
Sorry, people with mental disabilities. I've done that multiple times where I've said mental illness when I meant to say mental disability.
So I could get hired there.
So it's and he and then he'll go on stage and he'll say and people
And
will be like,
gay.
he's a piece of fucking shit. And like that's what happened when he did his SNL monologue and he used
And he said, "You ever say you've been gay for your mum?"
No, it wasn't gay. I don't think he actually got in trouble for the gay thing for that time. He got in trouble for saying and
Oh, like this one that I thought just came out. It was like 7 months ago or something.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
new
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Oh, he said that because his sister's child has Down syndrome,
Yeah.
they also adopted 3 African American kids. And when they said
no, he didn't say that's not. They didn't adopt 3 African Americans because she has Down syndrome.
no,
So they just adopt. That's what they
They-
do.
yeah,
so
they
have,
adopted
So she
children.
has like three black kids.
Yeah.
One niece with Down syndrome. Her husband's from Egypt, and they're like, it's like the craziest Uber pool.
Uber pool,
of all
that's
time.
right, yeah.
And then he said it'll be funny when they go to school, and some kid comes up to his niece and goes, calls her, and then 3 black kids come out and
beat the shit out of him. He's like, yes, imagine one for the little guys.
He does so much more for
For the
that
good
community,
for the good of the world.
for the good of like people with mental disabilities.
Yeah.
And what do? You get fucking riled and type out on fucking Twitter.
He wasn't
You
saying
know.
it in malice either. He
No,
was
and it's
saying
never in malice.
He was saying that some kid is going to pick on his poor niece
Yeah.
and say something horrible like that.
He's a niece who
And
he
then-
loves.
And then the niece's brothers and sisters will come and wallop this kid, which is really funny.
He has a great bit about his niece. It's not a bit. He doesn't stand up. It was on his podcast, but his sister calls up and says, "Hey, Zaza, I think the kid's name's Zaza. Saw the thumbnail on the television for The Whale, which is Brendan Fraser, like just Brendan Fraser's face." And he went up and said, "Uncle Shane," and he's like, "Zaza thinks you're The Whale," and he was like, "Thanks, that's a good call, thank you."
That's quite funny.
It's a good bit.
That's quite good. I like the bit at the end when he's like, they're just like everyone else. They just fucking hate coming to work, and they like stand there like,
I fucking hate this job.
I fucking hate this job. It's very funny.
Yeah. And that's it. Shane, he never put forward anything that he is a volunteer basketball coach for.
Yes, for the Special Olympics,
and that he purchased, funded, and made this restaurant and cafe that employs people with mental disabilities.
So I get,
he doesn't put that forward. He doesn't use that as like a defense. He is a funny guy. He makes funny jokes about his family members who have disabilities and the stories that come from them, and also talks about how they're fucking amazing.
Yep.
And then people snap that, take it out of context, and ruin his life. Well, not ruin his life, but at one point in time, almost ruined his life. But he's clearly a good enough person and a great stand-up and a great entertainer that he's able to climb to the top again.
He's objectively like...
He's very funny.
He's funny.
He's
I know
really
everyone's like, oh, Shane's a bully. He just bullies everyone. I'm like, no. That's funny.
He also, if you like listen to his podcast, you learn that he's a really fucking sensitive pussy.
Yeah, yeah.
He's like, anytime he like did the roast, he was like, the next day he calls up his friends and he's like, "I'm so sorry."
Bless him. That's
like,
quite funny.
And he just like fucks him up. He's a big soft fucking turd.
I don't have a lot, but this is
smooth transition.
It's wild that you mention taking things out of context. I'm sure our One Direction fans out there are grieving because Liam Payne died today, and all of these nasty things about him are coming out. Like, you're going to go back and listen to the podcast and you're going to hear my voice go.
Yeah, I heard that.
They're picking apart the fact that his ex-girlfriend of like 7 years hasn't said anything on her Instagram because he struggled with drugs or whatever they're fucking spitting out about him is crazy. That like they've picked the time now that he's died to be like, well, he was actually a piece of shit.
That's a real odd, because usually it goes the other way around. Like, you have a piece of shit who dies and suddenly everyone loves him and thinks he's amazing. So for him to be getting dragged now that he's dead, he's also not a fucking like sexual offender or criminal.
Yeah, like
he's someone who, and I don't even know. I know nothing. This is why when you said it earlier, like, should we talk about that? It's like, I had nothing to talk about because I don't know the guy. I don't know any of his history, and I don't want to use his death as a way to get clicks and like put it in the thumbnail or anything. So I won't. That feels like disrespectful. But like, yeah, I think it's odd for people to take him being in the news as an opportunity to say all this really awful shit.
Oh, good. I'm glad we're getting him in the camera railing her.
Not Ellie, what's your name?
Murphy. Told you he would.
Especially when he's just at struggles with drugs.
Yeah, well, he's obviously had something like whatever the bloody TMZ did him dirty though. Like they put photos of his body
Did they truly? That's disgusting.
They put for the photos of his body off the balcony online.
That's disgusting. TMZ is the epitome of trash. The epitome of garbage
why would you
journalism.
do that?
Everything that's wrong with fucking...
A girl on TikTok was like, his family and his children would have seen that before they got a phone call from the police saying that this horrible thing is... They would have seen him in those photos before they would have got the respectful news that they deserve to get when their, child has passed away. Which is just crazy. Like, and the people are coming out going, well, he was never anyone's favourite because he was the good boy and now he's not. And, when Harry Styles erupted, no one cared about Liam and he's always struggled with his own. And I'm like, where are you getting this from? Were you at the concert backstage interviewing him, or are you with me up in the nosebleeds just watching One Direction?
Yeah. Just fucking chill. You don't know these people.
It's just
mental. You don't know them. You don't know anybody. You know your friends barely. I said it from the start. Let's go full circle. None of us really know our dads. Everyone's jerking off.
Well, yeah. I mean, like, we're not going to know what happened.
No.
Well, we're not going to know
there'll
the
be
truth
security.
anyway.
There'll be some security or something. I think they have balcony security in these places. Maybe they'll know, maybe they won't. Or they'll see who went into his room, who came out. They'll get information out. Just like it's just a terrible situation that people fucking.
Watch out! Watch out!
Murphy, for the love of God, stop humping Ellie. You are far too.
Can you
now he's
put
getting a blowy.
Can you put the John Cena thing?
Yeah.
Watch out, watch out, watch out. Because I just body slammed this
You
dog.
did.
Yeah, it's sad. But
Let's wrap this bad boy up and go into the post show. We can talk more about it on the post show.
what's the plans for GMat Matt in the next couple of weeks?
I'm doing Shrek Rave. I'll be out and about.
What are you doing in my swamp? Doing in my swamp? Hello there.
I'll be doing the Shrek Rave out and about. What kind of handshake was that, you fucking... What's this? Like a queen. Handshake me. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
I am a queen.
Trying to dap me up. We're white.
Holler at it, sister.
Ellie, don't you fucking bite him.
No, bite him.
Look at her go. Look, she's going like...
Good. He's sexually harassing her. Teach him a lesson, Ellie. Teach him a lesson. He gets so excited, and that's just this. It's such a.
I get it. When I get excited, I hump.
Every time I bend over, you just.
So, so I'll be doing Shrek Rave. We'll find time to podcast in between because I'm only away on weekends.
We just have like this week for both of us. It's just I feel like we've just been running around. It's crazy. We had G Stream.
Next week will actually be pretty calm for me. The week. I'm just stressed out because tomorrow night I'm doing the Shrek Rave and it just made my stomach drop saying that sentence because I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah.
That is nerve-wracking, I will say. When you're going into a show or like you're filling in for someone, you feel underprepared.
Super underprepared.
I've never felt more sick than like
Let's
doing.
stop talking about it.
Yeah, like filling in for the Lyrebirds for Jersey Boys. Never been more sick in my life. Doing a number that I've had 2 dance rehearsals and neither of the girls were there for.
Unbelievable.
Filling in for one of the angels, going like, I'm just gonna go, and they're like, just go out and have fun. I'm like, you don't understand.
Have fun. Go fuck yourself.
You don't know who's out there watching me. Like people are like, oh, Sienna was in Jersey Boys. I'm like, no, I'm filling in.
So everybody, if you want to catch the post show, it's a little bit of extra content that we do from time to time. Not every time, we do it every week. Patreon.com/GMat podcasts. Come join the fun.
Could we put the ads that we made for G-Stream on the Patreon? Like Espresso and Pokemon? And
100%.
That's quite good.
I also want you to start doing the Sienna report where you just get in front of the camera for an hour.
And just show
for 10 minutes. Just
show my mental illness.
You can just put like, you just fucking...
I could do a get ready with me.
Just fucking, like every now and again, just get in front of the camera and just talk about what's going on in your life.
All right.
Put a mic on your face, film with your phone, just 10 minutes.
This is a really positive thing. I've
send me the audio and send me the save for the post show because I want to wrap this up and get to the post show because I'm fucking hungry. Patreon, everybody. We'll see you next week. Hey, it's GMat here from The Real GMat, and don't forget, if you enjoyed that episode of Mentally Illegal and you want to hear more, we also have the podcast post show available exclusively to our Patreon supporters over at patreon.com/GMat podcasts. The podcast post show is a shorter episode recorded directly after the main podcast where we just keep on chatting. Again, patreon.com/GMat podcasts. Don't forget to thumbs up, rate, and like this podcast on your podcast app of choice and share it with all of your friends.